What's up, y'all? It's your goddamn D, and I'm back with a brand new book review. This one, The Giver by Lois Lowry. Written by Lois Lowry. Yes. Now, why I like The Giver so much, because I feel like The Giver could be part two to 1984, that book. Like, if it was written in a sort of way, like, I don't know, like, you know how sometimes in different, shows they have crossover episodes, like Angel and Buffy the Vampire, they exist in the same universe, they just completely different characters living their separate lives. Or that's how I feel like 1984 and The Giver could be. Like, they within the same universe, but this is happening on this side of the world, The Giver's on this side of the world. But like, yes, I feel 1984 and The Giver to go together. Because, 1984, you got, boom, they had that communist stuff going on. And then The Giver is the result of what happened in 1984. That's how I would like it to be. But the two separate books. Back to The Giver. Now, we got a main character, Jonas. Now, Jonas lives in a perfect society, perfect utopian world where there's no pain, there's no hunger, there's death, but they call it something else. But yeah, Jonas is given an aptitude test because in this world, you don't get to pick your job. What does that sound like to y'all? Yes, so this book does have some strong communist undertones to it, totalitarian views written, like slightly written in there. It would make sense because the author grew up in a military home most of her childhood, so it would make sense. And she was living during the time of 1950s, 60s, Cold War era. So it would make sense that she would throw this into her writing, which have a huge effect on her. So yeah, in this perfect society, given an aptitude test, Jonas takes this aptitude test and he's given a very rare job, the retrieval of memories. And with this very rare job, he's allowed to break 3 of the society's rules that are forbidden: lying, sharing of feelings. What else was it? Oh, he doesn't have to talk about what he does at work. He cannot talk about what he does at work to no one. Because these memories are so painful that only one person is allowed in the whole entire society to remember the past, and that is the giver. The giver remembers the world before the great change. The giver remembers what war, famine, hunger, death feels like. And during Jonas' training, when he's retrieving these memories, he's actually feeling the pain. Like, he knows he actually gets to experience what death and hunger feels like physically through these memories. The last person that had his job was a young lady, and she couldn't take the pain of the job, and I'm trying to come up with a polite word to say that she removed herself from the planet. Let's pull it there. She removed herself from the planet. Yes, that's how extreme this job was. Now, remember, I'm reading this book. It was well over 15 years ago. I read this book when I was like 12. So, man, yeah, well over 15 years ago. I can say I read this book almost 20 years ago. No. Yeah, I read this book almost 20 years ago. But it's a really great book, It doesn't matter at the age you read these books, or, oh, this book gotta be, advanced, so you need to enjoy the vocabulary, gotta be the great writing is great writing at any age. If a story is good, a story is good. If a story is bad, a story is bad. And this book is perfect. It's only about 100-something pages. And Lois Lowry is a phenomenal writer. I highly recommend this book, because it makes you think. If you was to live in a perfect society, what would you be willing to give up? Without nothing comes without great sacrifice. And in this society, they paid the ultimate sacrifice. There's jobs within the society. For instance, Jonas's father has a job. Well, yeah, I'm not even gonna spoil that for y'all. This is a book that y'all really need to read, especially knowing, our era right now. You really need to check in, read The Giver, because we might we might be living in a world related to the giver. Okay. Well, it's your guy, Daniel D. So let y'all know, I'm giving the giver 5 stars out of 5. 5 stars out of 5. Go pick up this book. You can get it on, I think you can get it on Audible. Yeah, I think you can get it in Audible, Apple Books, whatever. It's like $5 Apple Books. I recommend getting that. You gotta save money, but some books we gotta get in person, get the handheld, little feeling of the book. Some books you can just listen to them, read them on your phone. This is one of them I feel like you should really go get this book, put it in your physical library. This book is that good. Give it 5 stars out of 5. Later. Oh, next up in the chamber is 1984. George Orwell, that's my guy. It's my guy. It's my day one. It's George Orwell. He's next up in the chamber, 1984. I'm currently listening to the Audible version because it's like mad animated and it gets crazy in 1984. So tune in next time.